come out. Just come out. You know what I mean? And he felt like that conversation was a little too sensitive, so he didn't drop the episode. But it was like 15 minutes of conversation. Why didn't you drop the episode?
Your man Mav called me.
He did?
Yeah, wanted to know if we had a problem.
If you and him had a problem?
Yeah.
Did you have a good conversation?
I thought so.
Good. Did he think so?
And I'll say yeah. When you niggas see me at the bar for 10 years and every time I see you, it's a story about something going on in your life that involves a lot of words, I leave you and judge.
When you're a giant, sometimes I forget how hard I've worked to get to a level that when I say something, it can become a headline or somebody can take a clip and use that and this shit can go viral. Sometimes I really just be thinking I'm regular Joe out here. You dig what I'm saying? And when you talking to this camera, sometimes shit echoes.
I said, $12,000 what? Dollars a month. I said, what? He said, nigga. I said, I don't care. This is weird. I said, I don't care what he's making. I don't care.
The reason why I cared though, right? It's not about how much. It's that he was finding ways not to pay us.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like,
the ball hog.
You're paying us peanuts. You're making what people die to make for a year.
But that old lease, yo, I subleased the lease, and they talking about running a commercial business. Podcasters, black podcasters, I just fought over that term too. Let's get familiar with a commercial business and what it means in the eyes of the law.
But y'all niggas doing sucker shit. Yeah. Sucker shit. So
wild.
If y'all don't know about it, good. Don't know about it.
Yeah.
If y'all do know about it, just know that I think it's sucker shit, and y'all niggas need to start going ahead and finding a new code that y'all go by. Cause it ain't no street shit. Ain't nothing solid about it.
Yeah, I heard the street.
Damn, niggas really don't care.
Who, sir?
Niggas really don't care no more.
Come on, man.
Welcome back and what's good? This is the Furious Robinson podcast and I'm your host, Furious, the curator of conversation, wordsmith aficionado, voted most likely to be trending down the timeline. Hit the like button early, drop a comment for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel. This is a Sick Times Media production. You see the planes? Math Hoffa, it's time. The ship has sailed. Because this is what I like to call a slow public decline. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast. He said Math hit his line. Math tapped in. He said, yo, do we have beef? And Joe said no.
I told Mav I ain't got no problem with him. And he said he ain't got no problem with me.
Okay,
and
cool.
we told each other
That's
that
it.
we love each other and we wish each other the best, but it was with a little tone. It was with a little Joe tone.
In so many words, Joe respectfully woke up that, hey, this relationship has sailed. It's no longer a thing. And you can't come on the show to essentially combat or debunk any of the clout chasing you've been doing over the past 2 to 3 months.
Diversity. And inclusion. And inclusion.
But I would love to see what you...
And inclusion. I'm just saying.
Because this is what I like to call farming engagement. Math Hoffa is trying to crawl his way back into that algorithm. He wants that $200,000 AdSense check. It's never coming. Because when you lose a plethora of co-hosts, when you start to call Sue Surf a rat, and when you, for some reason, unbeknownst to me, you start to tell one of the biggest voices in hip-hop media to come out the closet.
Come out. Just come out. You know what I mean? And he felt like that conversation was a little too sensitive, so he didn't drop the episode. But it was like 15 minutes of conversation. Why didn't you drop the episode?
So when you do this egregious and wicked level of clout chasing, how does this really help your channel? It doesn't. You burned another bridge. So at the end of the day, Math Hoffa continues to kick himself in the nuts in 4K. This is what I like to call self-sabotage mastery.
The lights going out in the shop is just like, nigga, stop. This is like God telling me, stop. Stop. Look around. Shit is falling apart. Stop. You think about this? You try to keep this going? Go take care of that.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Some of you niggas use too many words for me.
I got that from you. I say that to a lot of people now.
Honestly. But wait, I'm not saying that those people are wrong in what they're saying.
But it's just too much.
It's just too much. I don't care.
Well,
So Math is that for me. When he lost SO and them niggas, I ain't say nothing.
And this is not about no beef. This is how you essentially tarnish a multi-million-dollar business in real time. This is how you do so many dirty handshake deals that your entire cast exits stage left. From Mecca to SO and Heineken to Champ to Gat to Space. How many people have to leave your channel for you to understand that, yo, the issue and problem might be you? This is not how you run a business. And I can tell and see that Joe Budden understands that. He said, yo, as I elevate to be a $20 million man, I'm in the New York Times. I have Rolling Stones articles. I'm starting to hit avenues like Logan Paul. Come on, dog. At the end of the day, Joe is looking at Math like, brother, I gave you some opportunities. Those opportunities have now left. We no longer need to exchange words. And that's what that phone call meant to me.
Let's see, this paperwork shit been floating around for months. For months. The minute I make a comment, I see like, oh shit, this shit grew wings. But it's been floating around for months. And I know whatever battle rapper get their hands on it, they gonna use it for whatever they can use it for. As you can see, there's people that's having separate interpretations of the shit. In my mind, I didn't think battle rap was gonna be Surf's priority.
Because when you're in the position of power, you have the leverage. Math, you have no leverage. You lost your entire cast. Your AdSense revenue is maybe a quarter of what it was a year or two ago. The lights in your shop were cut off because you had a lease under another lease. So as we do all of this dirty business,
I can't be the only nigga.
Yeah, you the only nigga. Keep it that way.
Can't.
Nigga to do what? What happened?
What?
All right, I'm gonna just keep it to myself.
Talking about.
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh.
Okay. Is that you know?
I think I know what you're talking about too.
There's still rules, right?
yo, and this is why I say it's clout chasing. Why did Math Hoffa feel the need to bring up Sue Surf and street politics? When did Math Hoffa become the voice of the streets? But this is what happens when you move like a street general. You're not connected to the streets, but yet you want Joe Budden to essentially invite you on his platform. For what? When you go at one of his main friends and then on the back end, backpedal and trauma bond and play victim. You don't need to play victim. Either you're in the streets and you really getting it in them trenches, you smirking shit, or you're a podcaster. You know how to give great opinions. You know how to wake up different conversations, and maybe you give a good interview or two. But this to me is performative cosplay. This is how you farm engagement and essentially become a clout chasing demon.
If you call me and ask me if we got a problem, then that means you know that there's a problem.
Or I'm checking to make sure, or I'm checking.
There's no need for that.
If I care, if I give a fuck.
See, that's the thing. Or
I'm happy that he called though.
we had a
that's what
good
I'm saying.
conversation where I explained to him, you know, whatever he had going on the internet recently, I don't really understand it, but it's not for me to. Hey, content. And he explained that I had done some things in the content world that had hurt his feelings. And that's where it gets awkward because my feelings are never hurt.
Did you see the video he made?
I
Where
did
he
see the
went in the
video.
barbershop with the lights out and the flashlight and put the flashlight under his shit and it was the light and he was telling his story like the boogeyman?
Yeah, I saw that. He was telling us why he would no longer be doing it at that particular shop, but he is looking to do it at other shops.
Yo, we're going to try to talk about Math on Patreon. Math is my man, so I don't have nothing to say. Hopefully he gets his shit together. Hopefully.
Math Hoffa put himself on the do not call list. Telling Joe Budden to come out the closet on the Goods podcast in front of the Temu 3s. Let's just be clear. It wasn't brave. It wasn't edgy. It wasn't comedic satire. It was career stupidity. Math Hoffa continues to self-sabotage in 4K because if I have a great relationship or a decent enough relationship with Joe Budden to even hit his line, I'm seeing the billboards. I'm seeing the commercials on First Take. At that point in time, I want to be a stable pillar under the Joe Budden umbrella, meaning I'm not trying to get signed, but if Joe hits me up and says, yo, pop on the show, Math, let's get one off real quick. Let's run the numbers up. I know you doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. That's easy. That's love. But Math Hoffa chases clout in a different way. He speaks to Sue Surf being a rat. He kicks all of his co-hosts off of his show for him doing dirty deals. Allegedly, he was handing these men $500 deals and still not paying them, taking them on shopping sprees, but still not paying them.
He owes us all money at this time. Yeah. Everybody owes money. He chooses to take a Haitian shopping, okay? And to show a Haitian nigga, look at all the money that I'm making.
Yo, and I can be fair. Joe Budden has burned bridges too, absolutely. But Joe learned, he evolved, he adjusted to the business. Math continues to repeat the same mistakes and calling it authentic. At some point, that's not real. He's moving with no accountability. His ego and mindset continue to tarnish his business.
One of the things that I asked them not to do, they went back and they did. It was a lot of friction in between that. It was a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of personalities and egos clashing. And for me, I just try to keep the drama away because I know in the shop, we're selling friendship.
And that's not to say Math Hoffa is blackballed. No, not at all. But he's getting lapped. The culture's moving forward without him. The culture is maturing without him. We're leaving him in the past. We do not care about your street ties. At first, you were cosplaying as a rapper. You were talking about Funk Flex on a fireside chat with Rory and Maul. Now you clout chasing off of Joe. Pick a side. You gotta either be fully in the streets and want to be a rapper, or you podcasting and giving it up and really building a strong team and a foundational network. But no, we get nasty business. We get handshake deals. We get ego. That's what we get continuously. So this is where I gracefully land the plane. Joe Budden is going to continue to elevate away from these wicked games. Math Hoffa is not going to be anywhere in the atmosphere of Joe Budden. Let's just be real. As he continues to elevate and lap the field, he's not going to attach himself to someone doing dirty business. Someone calling his main man's a rat, it just doesn't make sense. He's on different billboards around Times Square. He has commercials on ESPN. And Math Hoffa is somewhere firing or hiring another co-host. We could easily do the math in this situation, no pun intended. So when you start clout chasing, instead of actually building strong relationships, so when the time comes you can keep the lights on in your barbershop, we got to look at these a multitude of ways, but I won't let these men trauma bond. Let's hold them accountable to just being good potters and getting their opinions off instead of attaching all of these personal feelings to the content. Jump in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel for the algorithm, drop a comment. This is the Furious Robinson podcast, a Sick Times Media production. Stay dangerous.